Uniformity between classes or between nations is not favorable to peace, except as it destroys units capable of action. There must be organic units at some level, or there would be no potential moral agents or combatants. But similarity in these units, if they live in the same habitat, renders them rivals, and therefore, in spite of their brotherly likeness to one another, involves them in war. The traveler passing from northern France or Belgium into Germany, or from there into industrial England, sees absolutely the same type of animal, the same state of civilization. Those frontiers are accidental and arbitrary. Those recent and terrible battles seem unintelligible. If one of these industrial towns can be at peace with its next neighbor within the political frontier, why should it go to war with an exactly similar town, only a little beyond? Ah, beyond, perhaps, these indistinguishable creatures speak a different language, which signifies that they are affiliated to different government and enlisted in different armies. Therefore, they can go to war. Each town will go to war with its neighbor also, upon occasion, if a common government did not suck up the fighting energies of both towns and enforce peace between them. And just as the similarity of those governments and of those nations, making them rivals, makes them enemies at heart, so the similarity of those twin towns would do if each were an organic whole, capable of action and war. But the old independent boroughs have become administrative centers, ruled by prefects named by the government, and bylaws passed by Parliament, sitting at the capital. They must endure the ties of enterprise and population passively, without a thought of resistance, since they have no organ with which to resist. Remove those industrial regions from the domination of their respective governments, and place them under the irresistible police of some single power, and they would all prosper or wither together, like spears of wheat in the same field. Similarity is therefore a danger to peace, and peace can be secured only by organization. But the collateral completeness of similar units excludes organization, and then war becomes inevitable at the first shock of competition, unless some higher power itself organized stifles that conflict. The class war now preached by the official communists illustrates this, when there is no real diversity among classes, but only a difference of income and cash. Envy and hatred between these classes becomes more intense. Ill will is sharpened as never before by a sovereign contempt. There might have been some dignity and good humor in the humblest station, when this carried with it a special costume and speech and license and knowledge. But there is no dignity or humor in merely having less money to spend than another chap who goes to the same cinema, only that, being a capitalist, he goes oftener and sits in a better place. On the other hand, diversity may be a source of positive sympathy, inasmuch as it enlarges, vicariously, the interests of each class and makes their common world more beautiful. This advantage, of course, is only moral, and presupposes an accepted order of society. It vanishes and turns to utter hostility when the organs of these diverse classes collide in the realm of matter and interfere there with one another's development. For instance, in universities, the natural sciences and humanities happily complete and enlighten one another in the pure ether of ideas, yet they are sometimes impelled to quarrel lustily over their local or national elections, and mutely to compete for public recognition, student favor, and professional chairs. Luckily, none of these prizes are so dazzling as to provoke mortal combats.